So how does it feel to be the first fighter filmed in 3D for MiddleEasy.com?
How does this look? That's the question. Nah, it feels good, man. I'm happy. Thank you. Things are MiddleEasy treating me great.
We love you over there, man. So be completely honest with us, man. In 6 months, are you going to be fighting for Strikeforce?
You know what, man? You're going to have to ask all the guys making the deals out there. I'm right here just trying to fight and doing what I got to do. Certainly, if I win and things are going according to plan, I'll be asking a lot more questions.
You've been in Strikeforce for a while now. Let's say you inhabited the body of Dana White for one day. What would you do with Strikeforce?
I wouldn't really do anything with Strikeforce. I'd just give Gilbert Melendez the biggest raise ever for just, fighting so well. That's what I would do.
Do you think cutting drastic amounts of weight will that harm fighters' career? And how do you feel about the way you cut weight?
I think it's trial and error, and everybody's different. And I figured out how to do it for my body, and I tend to train at the weight I'm going to fight at. So I cut anywhere from about 12.5 to 15 pounds, which is actually pretty well. I think people cutting 25, 30 pounds or that might be a little ridiculous and might harm a couple people. And some asshole years ago decided to cut weight to get the advantage and edge, and now we all do it. So
How do you feel about fighters like Anthony Johnson though, cutting like 60 pounds?
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, I can get up to 185 and 190. I don't look as buff as Anthony Johnson, but I can get kind of fat and out of shape. But I mean, I just think as a fighter, if you're a professional, you want to keep a lot better control of your weight and monitor a little better. And Anthony has great, crazy genetics though, man. Like, he just blows up and he just puts on muscle. Most brothers are like that. And he might know his body better than me. And again, it's trial and error, and everybody's different. And if he can do it, then so be it.
If your emotions were a pie chart, would you say 60% is anxious, 40% nervous, or how would you rate that?
I would say 80% just excited that it's all, that the training camp's over and it's showtime, and 20% is looking forward to having a good time after.
Talk about your training for this fight and who's helped you prepare the most.
My team, the same team as always, and my stand-up coach, Johnson on the Wooden Man. He's been my stand-up coach a lot. We've been breaking down Jorge's stand-up, as well as I've been my own coach for the jiu-jitsu and grappling, but my teammates have been there, and he's just rallied up the boys and everybody. So it's been great.
Talk about the scrap pack and what a tight-knit family that is.
It's a real tight-knit family. You know what I mean? It's. We're just a lot of guys that like to scrap. It's a perfect name for us. We just get together and we train hard and we scrap all the time. There ain't no science about it. We just train our butts off and we get in there and work hard. Good old-fashioned hard work.
You beat Masvidal. Who do you want next? And is there enough 155ers in Strikeforce to keep you happy?
Man, I just got to look towards Masvidal right now. If I beat Masvidal, then, hopefully we can bring someone and that could help my stock go up. You know what I mean? Masvidal's a real tough fighter, but it doesn't really make my stock go up. For me, it does, but for like the media and the common person, they don't know who he is, and he's kind of underrated. So it doesn't really do much for my career, if you know what I mean.
Does Miguel Torres' recent Twitter drama keep you off Twitter? Does it have anything to do with that? Are you more anxious or more worried about what you tweet?
My Twittering has always just been like status updates and just kind of letting the fans in a little bit, trying to get too personal with it. I think I put a picture up of my kid or my girl one time and I got just obnoxious shit. So I just kind of just keep updates, let everyone know. It sucks that you can't let all the cool people in just because of some of the repercussions. So, I just kind of status update with that. It's kind of an odd thing for me, the whole Twitter thing, but I know there's people out there that are really good with that social networking and all the technology stuff, which is new to me. So, I just try to reach out to all my fans, and it's not really my thing, but I still want to try to reach out to them and do my best. Sorry I'm not good at it.
Is there any chance we could see Gilbert Melendez at any other weight?
Yeah, if I conquer this weight class, I'd like to go up a weight class, you know what I mean? Though I'm pretty light and I probably can maybe make 45s, but I've been number one in the world at 45s. Goal would be number one at 55s and go take a shot at the 70-pound weight class eventually.
Were you aware that one of the judges made a mistake in your fight with Clay Guida, the one that scored it for Clay?
I'm not aware of that, but I don't know how you can make a mistake like that and be on the payroll.
I believe he actually wrote the wrong score on the wrong card, which ended up making a split decision for Clay. But is that something that Does it bother you that there's a split decision over Clay? Because you dominated that fight. Everybody who saw the fight knows that.
Yeah, and I think Clay knows. We all know. It's just it's funny, maybe people can just go back in their research, and when they're debating about how that fight went, they can always say, oh, it was a split decision, and so whatever. I could care less, to be honest.
Say there was a one-night Grand Prix tournament in the UFC, and Gilbert Melendez was in it. You faced Frankie Edgar first and Gray Maynard second. How would you do?
That'd be tough. Who did Gray Maynard have first?
Let's say Gray has Jim Miller.
It sounds like Gray got a better draw, but I'll take Frankie Edgar first since he's a cardiomaniac, and then I'll take Gray second, and I'll take him to deep waters and drown him too.
Talk about what it'll be like if you do end up crossing over to the UFC, and how you and Nate will be pretty much the two-headed monster of the lightweight division.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Right now it looks like I'll be in Strikeforce, but I'm happy because my boy Nate's on fire right now, and I think he's now that there's gonna be 5-round fights, for non-title fights, I think they need to put him. I think him and Cowboy should be 5 rounds as well, and I think I think Nate's gonna do awesome, man. I think he's the man, dude. I think he's the next UFC champ at 155s.
Are you happy with the promotion that you've been getting for this fight?
Heck yeah. My popularity's gone up tremendously, and thank God we have the marketing machine of the UFC behind me now, and it's allowing me to brand myself a lot more in the sport, which is great. So I want to have life outside the cage, so it's great, man. Yeah, I love it.
One last thing before I let you go. What's your favorite mixed martial arts website?
That's a tough one. I'm gonna have to go with MiddleEasy.com, and go check out alninomma.com.
That's what's up. And talk about your gym real quick before I let you go.
Yeah, the gym's great. 7,000 square feet off the 3rd and Cita Chavez. If you're in the Bay and you want to take training serious, or you just want to get in shape, or want to learn some stuff, come train with us, man. Train with some champions. alninomma.com.